Hey guys, this is Song Reductions, aka Nana4673, and I am back in Solstice Part 4, I think, and oh my god, I am ever so slightly annoyed with myself, and you will have to deal with that during this video, because I've been doing nothing today. And finally I've sat down and I'll be like, okay, we're gonna record a lot, because at some point it's pretty nice just laying in bed, eating crap food, and just watching random YouTube videos, playing addictive iPhone apps and stuff like that, just doing whatever. But at the same time it's nagging because you can't do stuff. But either way, I will not be rambling when I have such a little time. Either way, all you know is now I've sat down to record. I'm gonna record a lot. Didn't record anything yesterday. I wanted to do on Valentine's Day, but whatever. Let's go. I can't remember what happened last. Goddamn. Yes, that was the beginning. But they came here searching for Kella together, Slava and him. She endured their failure while he collapsed under its weight. Endured. You're referring to how she managed to open the inn. Let me explain how this city works, Doctor. One cannot simply do something because she wants to, even if she's rich. Slava certainly wasn't. Everything that happened here, every little detail, is under direct control of the bank and the merchant family. Everything one does is regulated by compact. You mean like the contract I signed with the mayor? I was perplexed by how that it was. Yes, and that was just a compact for a temporary license to replace the old doctor during the true winter. Imagine one for opening your own permanent business. Also, your compact is not between you and the mayor. We have no mayor. The agreement is between you and the bank, of which Istvan is the official representative. The words. He paid me a visit right after my arrival. He's the true ruler of the city then. It's slightly more complicated than that. He used to be the most important man in the city. Now he's retired. But with all the families gone for the winter, he's the one in power, which means he's the keeper of the compact as well. You're telling me everyone here is contracted to do something. Every permanent resident has to have a compact. Only they are allowed to stay in the city for the silent season. So yes, all of us are contracted. What were you contracted to do then? Why are you smiling creepily? That's not very charming. You are treading unknown territory, so I'll pretend I didn't hear that, Doctor. It's very impolite to ask that question. I thought so myself. The will of the bank is law here. There are no rules to which they must adhere when it comes to compacts. What? So they can contract people to do anything, Doctor. Anything at all. What an unusual system. Sounds like slavery. That's disgusting. It stinks of slavery. I'd assumed I was hired for a seasonal job. How naive of me. Slavery is such an ugly word. The bank prefers to call it rationalized employment. I feel so stupid. I came with no idea of how this place works. I need to process this. Wait, does this mean Lev has a contract too? Weren't you paying attention? It's nobody's business but his own. Yes, I understand, but do you think it's possible? Would the bank sign a compact with a mentally ill person? I think they'd do pretty much anything. If I see this correctly, then they're selling her body off, like, for sexual favors or something like that. Which is awful. Really awful. I hope it's not. If it's Istvan, who's, oh my god, he's the one in power. Dirty old fool. I don't like him anymore. I think I've told you enough to answer that question on your own. They would. So both Slava and Lev came here looking for treasure, but ended up indentured servants. It's difficult to say, but Slava became the new innkeeper and her husband became the local madman. The new innkeeper, so the inn was run by someone else before her. I'd assumed she started her own business from scratch. Can you imagine how preposterous trade sent her in the far north without an inn? What happened to the previous innkeeper? No one knows. One day he was gone and Flava was running the place. She became owner overnight and left. Gradually, he became the person we know, lost in his own world, forever chasing the great enigma. Kella. So nobody knows what it is? On the contrary, everybody in this city is convinced they already know what are the only one who does. But Slava came here looking for it. It must have been her dream too. Why abandon it? Would she abandon it if Lev didn't? Maybe she wanted to find the legendary treasure and become famous. Or maybe she just followed her beloved's vision. She used to be deeply in love with him, you know. But that isn't the case anymore. What happened then? He became insane? Don't ask obvious questions, Galen. They ran out of money, and the bank asked them to sign their own compacts, which of course they did. It's impossible to refuse the bankers. I see, so he started disappearing on his expeditions, and she stopped caring for him. Maybe Kesaya's right. Kesaya is a savvy fox. You'd do well to pay attention to his ideas. A fox indeed. Do you have any idea where Lev might be? Not at all. I suppose it must have to do with the only purpose he's left in life. Yes, I gather as much. Thank you, Constance. This was an illuminating conversation. I'm glad you enjoyed your visit. The role of the bathhouse is to help people relax and clear their minds in many ways. Conversation is one of them. I do feel relaxed here. I wonder, what is it, Doctor? The water in this place. It's special. Oh yes, many of my visitors experience wonderful things while bathing here. Some fall into the deep trance and experience visions. Oh no, there's something down with these pipes. They're pumping something into the water that shouldn't be there. We're a doctor, we would know, right? Others prefer a more carnal entertainment. I'm sure they do, that's not what I meant. No matter. Is there a problem, Doctor? No, quite the contrary. You're a mysterious man, Dr. Galen. I sure hope so. Thanks again, Constance. Doctor, before you go, there's something you should know. Oh, yes? What is it? I see that for some reason you're determined to make enemies. What? Why would you say that? Going from person to person asking intimate questions, trying to unearth the secrets of the past others have tried hard to conceal. That won't make you popular. But I can tell that cautionary remarks won't stop you, so I will give you advice instead. If you want to know more about Slava and Lev's relationship, break the rules and ask her about the compacts they signed with this bank. I see. I can see you won't elaborate on that. Goodbye, dear doctor. Feel free to visit me anytime. Have we made an enemy of you, Constance? I wonder. This is not going to be a nice conversation to show up. God, I don't want to do this. Dr. Galen, I'm so glad to see you again. Do you have any news about Lev? I got some information, yes. Suspenseful music? Alright. I also heard some things that were apparently public knowledge that you forgot to mention. What do you mean? You haven't been honest with me, Slava. We need to be open about this. We can't be lighthearted. And this is just... I set out to help this woman. I will help this woman. I agreed to look for Lev, but I can't do it if you hide important information. Please understand, if I'm going to help you, you must help me first. Gods, I know it may look like I'm hiding something, but I told you everything I know. People in this place lie to gain things just because they can. This is about Lev. I have nothing to gain from keeping secrets. I see, so it's a lie that this is the first time you've been so concerned about Lev's disappearance. I heard that it's never bothered you before. People were quite surprised by how upset you were today. Why are you asking me this? Are you investigating Lev's disappearance or my emotional well-being? I can't believe it. I thought you were a reasonable man. I thought you knew the difference between fact and ugly rumor. Slava, I know that. I know that sneaky thing. That sneaky psychological thing where you guilt trip instead. That thing where if you're accused of something, then you go, I can't believe you would actually accuse me of this. Are you that cruel? And I know that one. I expected more of you. That one too. Oh God, what? I will ignore that. No! Why would you do that? Okay, the error's gone. Goddamn. Your emotional well-being seems to be an important factor here. I'm sorry, but I have to ask. Is it true that you weren't concerned about Lev's vanishing acts because your marriage is basically a lie? Or was it because you knew where he was? You're right, there's no use in hiding it. Our marriage is over. It's been for years. He isn't the man I fell in love with anymore. He's empty now. There's nothing left in him but madness. His insane hunt and the pain it causes. I know your past, Slava. You came here with Lev for the very thing that caused his madness. You both wanted to find the treasure. You don't have to be afraid of me. I can imagine how hard it must be for you, watching Lev break, seeing him slowly unravel. You have no idea. But you coped up admirably. You refused to give up and looked after the both of you. You speak of things you don't understand. I hate when people do that as well. Then help me understand. There's something else to it, right? One needs a compact to stay in the city, so you signed one. With Istvan. How do you... It wasn't very difficult to find out, to be honest. What was the compact about? What did Istvan make you do, Slava? You're getting too deep into things, newcomer. Nobody wants to talk about their compact, haven't you heard? Apparently, I'm great at digging. I had no idea I had it in me. You can either tell me with your own words now, or wait until I find out for someone else. It'll happen sooner or later. I guess you're right. Alright, I had to make a tough bargain with Istvan. He was still the head of the bank then, the all-powerful ruler who could do as he pleased. We were useless to him. We had to find a I had to find a way to make us useful. I had to become his tool. What did he make you do? I agreed to something the previous innkeeper wouldn't. I raised the stakes just as the man wanted. I became more valuable. That man lost the inn and I took his place. I see. And what was it? What is your task? You're a bright boy, Doctor. But that, I give you the captain for you. Oh, we're still playing this game. You don't understand. It's part of my compact. I can't speak about its contents if I do. Yes. I won't be useful anymore. I will become dispendable. You know what happened to my predecessor when he became dispendable? He vanished. So I've heard. Istvan can be dangerous, Doctor. You should always remember that. Alright, I could ask you more, but I have a feeling you won't tell me anything new. You're stubborn, Slava, you know that? I'm the innkeeper of the city, in the city of secrets and lies. Speaking too much goes against my trait. I also believe that if you remember anything important, you'll tell me without me asking. I may not know you well, but I can't usually tell when people are lying to me. You've told me all that you could. Thank you for understanding, Doctor. Please, Slava, call me Galen. Alright, thank you, Galen. Listen, there's one more thing I need to tell you before I go. Oh, the cliffhangers! I thought so. What is it, Slava? Here, take this. What is this, a book? Lev's diary, the most recent one. He put all his clues and hypotheses in it. He keeps it hidden from me, but I've always known he had it. If you want to know what I'm so worried about, it's because of this. He would never willingly leave it behind. His motives should serve friendly his own position, and I need to go now. I have to end the episode. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!